So, your name is Mr. Smith?
Smith, yes.
Benjamin Smith?
Benjamin Smith Lacayo. My mama was Lacayo.
Benjamin Smith Lacayo.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's very good to meet you, because Marcia was telling us that your history included some time during the period of Sandino.
Yes, sir.
And I don't think we've ever met anyone who was alive during that period before. So we're hoping to hear a little bit about what that period was like.
Yes, about that story I could give. What I remember, I could speak how the Sandino War did start.
And how old were you when you first knew about Sandino?
My age? Well, that I can't tell, because them time we was out of the what you call him? My papa was way in the bush. In the bush in a creek that named Lacos. There where my papa was. And on that time was nobody taking those
Keep the records.
Yes. And so I can't accept my age, you see, because my papa now did tell us, well, the fact, when I had moved from my place with Sandino, my papa did tell me, he gave me my years, but I couldn't keep that in my head, man, too long. So I don't remember my age.
You were a young man.
Yes, young boy. So on that time when this war started, Sandino started, when the Somoza them had started, he says, well, Sandino say, I want to liberate the poor people, the mosquito and all, because I'm not interested for the rich people. I got interest at the poor people, so I want to fight for the poor people. But the Somoza them say they're working only for the rich people. They don't take care about the poor people. That's what Sandino did say. So he started the war.
Started the war, and the U.S. Marines were still here then, or?
How that?
Were the Marines from the United States still occupying Nicaragua?
Yes, with them too. And afterwards with the war, at Somoza warrior. When the American them were moved from Nicaragua, he says, well, I'm moving from Nicaragua, but then this is what he call him, he leave this Sacasa.
Sacasa?
Yes, he leave him on his place. So they start the war. They start the war. But anyhow, they couldn't beat Sandino. What I call him was helping him, pushing him to this Mexico. Mexico was pushing Sandino, even with arms and ammunition and all them things like that. So when he went at this, I'm not well on my head, my sense, you know. I got a sickness in my head, but I can't remember all. Yes. But yesterday I had a little. So he say, well, all right, I want to leave the poor people them in the possession. Yeah. They're not going to be marching them down and treating them like how they feel to treat the Somoza them. Somoza not going to do that. I want to fight against Somoza till I'm moving from there and put the one government that could take care of the poor people, not for the rich people. So he started the war.
Is that why you joined up with him?
Yes. Then I joined Sandino. Yeah.
And were you living on the Atlantic coast?
Yes.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time I was at Atlantic coast.
Up by the river?
Yes, from Haiti down. Because from Haiti down, it was belong to the Atlantic. Yeah. So I'm in this line in the Atlantic coast. Yeah. And so he said, That's what I'm fighting for. I'm not fighting to make the rich people them be living and keeping the poor people them down. So he start the war. He fight. He wasn't had nobody to push him, to back him up, you know. But what he can, he do it. So when the Marines then came in, well, they couldn't fight in the bush on this side, man. So he used the Marines, American Marines. He used to get the good arms, them, man. Yeah, good big arms and heavy arms, and like that he went building up, till he get his strength. Then he pushed them out.
Did Sandino have strength on the Pacific side and on the Atlantic side of Nicaragua?
No, only the Atlantic.
Only the Atlantic?
Yeah, only the
That's where most of his strength was?
Yes, he start. So they start up yonder, and when the American them move, they leave, what you call him, this Sacasa.
Sacasa.
Let me see.
President Sacasa?
No, the Moncada.
Moncada.
He leave Moncada, president. So when they couldn't beat Sandino, then the American them all they move, and this what you call leave Moncada. Yeah, the American from the States leave him. And the fight there, what they had a change about this Moncada only pick up people from Nicaragua, their own people from Nicaragua, and they started fight. But then this Sandino had good arms. On them time, he had good arms, good machine gun and them thing like that. Because what he did get from the American, them that he used to run them out from the bush.
Run them out and take their arms.
Take their arms. So he had good position, and he fight against the warriors them, Somocista, them, Monca, and he get them out too. So they couldn't beat Sandino. Sandino keep on, till when they find out they couldn't beat Sandino, then they made an arrangement. He say, all right, he say, we going to quit fighting, and so we're going to come in one group. So Sandino say, well, it's like that. It's
He came in and they killed him?
Yes. So when they killed Sandino, that's the time they started to kill up people. The warrior, the Somocista, them kill up plenty of people, man. When they called Sandino Manawa, he made 3 trips at Manawa. But that was political. So they fooled him up. On the last time he went Manawa, they sent him. He had his troop at Wivili. There he had his troop. And he had his troop at Wivili. And he sent by plane, they sent Sandino by plane at Wivili, and he dropped a letter. He said, well, all right, I've been here. He put his days. I want to be here short days. But I'll send a troop at Yali. We're going to meet there, and that was his troop that he had at Wivili. They sent him. But right there, when they carried Sandino back at Manawa, they fooled him up that they will send him out. And they had what you call him, his troop right there in the road. Yeah, they had him block up, well?
Yeah. Blockade.
Yeah, blockade. And when they were getting there, they hand him up. They hand him up. And he had only 4 of them. It was 4 of them with him. It was Sandino and the brother Socrates Sandino and Pancho Estrada and Omansor. It was 4 of them with him.
They killed them all?
They killed them all. When they were going, the whole hand them up there. See, all right. So Estrada, he pulled his gun. He pulled his gun. And Sandino said, no, put your gun down. Leave it. What happened? Well, he's in his hand. So they killed Sandino. There were 4 of them. He killed them all. And while he came, the troop that they had sent, it was 300 warriors, Somosista, they sent against 40 men that Sandino had at Wiwili.
The National Guard?
Yes. So when they was going, they met a man in the road who was coming. So they met the Sandino people. He said, we are not going. He said, we're going to meet Sandino at Yali. No, man, he said, you want to turn right back, he said. 300 men coming against Sandino at Wiwili. And so no better turn back. So they turn back. They gone at Wiwili. When they get at Wiwili, they start to get ready. They move the people them and start, they bring them down the river. Right there, they wait there. It was too small, 40 men against 300.
Bad odds.
No, man. So they was there, and right there, in 3 days, the warrior 300 man was attacking Wiwili, and they couldn't manage them, man.
Was that where Sandino's farm was, Wiwili?
Yes, that was Sandino. He had making a farm there. So.
Is that on the Rio Coco?
Yes, up the Rio Coco.
Way up the Rio Coco?
Way up.
That's where Sandino came from? That's where his farm was?
Yes, sir. So they start down Rio. So the people, and he had 40 manzana, a land cut down already. To plant, what he wanted to plant first, it was this tobacco. He was to plant tobacco and plant everything. Put a sugar mill and all of that. So they start down river. But being it was dry, they started cross the river. And they crossed the river through one place named Bohona. There we the cross, Sandino people, them crossed over and they come down. So right there, they mash up Sandino.
So where were you when that happened?
I was home already.
You were back home?
Yes.
You heard about it?
Yes. And they tell me about it too after the thing. I meet plenty of them when they was up there on that trouble. So they moved down, the people them down up Bokai Creek. The one them was at Wiwili. The family was living in Wiwili. They moved them up Bokai Creek. With Sandino wife and the other people them. There's the General Morales, Santos Morales, was with them too. With Sandino wife. And they went up Bokai Creek. So, but the warrior them was behind them already. So the warrior them went up from here through the coast, and they went in Bokai Creek. And when they was going the creek, Sandino wife was on a little island in Bokai Creek, in a little island. And there they went, they see banana skin was floating down. So they say they closed already. So they went through the land of.
Were they safe? Safe when they got to Bokai Creek, or they were still not safe?
How that?
Were they still being followed by the military? By Somosas?
Yes. So they went up to the bush and they kept them on the little island, the warrior Somosista, and they knocked them out. Then we Sandino will get killed in Bokai Creek on that little island. Sandino wife, the first one he had died at San Rafael. She was from Rasta, but he had get one of the family back. He had married with one of the same family, Sandino. So they killed the wife, Sandino wife. But Sandino, they had killed him long time. So Santos Morales, he did get wounded there. General Santos Morales. He had get by the leg. And what he could do, he just tried, he keep up and went the field and he get into a thick bush and he went in there. Right there, look for him. And he had his pistol. Santos Morales was not, he had fight plenty down here. Had his pistol in his hand, but he not wanted, he wasn't had no bullet. It was empty. Yeah, but he was seen them, he said. So, well, he said, well, if you're not looking for me, I'm right here. That's what Morales, he was a southern man. Small, but he was. So they say, all right, he said, come out, and he came out because he was wounded. He went out and they pick him up and they carry him out.
They kill him too?
Yes, they kill him, but the boss from them, this one called Montes, he doesn't want to kill Morales. But then the mayor from here went up, they had him at Bukai. They was curing him, but the mayor went up from here, up Bukai. And what you call him, the mayor sent and tell Montes that he not want to see him there. I not want to see Morales there at Bukai. And move him out of my way. So Montes not was want to kill him. But it was the next one was named, I forget his name. So all right, I could kill him. So they sent and made the hole and they carry him. And they want to why can't him on his eye, not was not the scene.
Execution?
Yes, so. And Morales said, no, he said, I'm not want to know. Shoot me, shoot me. I had been a man and a man today yet.
He didn't want the bandage?
Yes, I don't want bandage. And right there, they shoot him and he went down in the hole and they buried him.
Was that the end of the movement after all of those leaders were killed? How did people here respond to all of those leaders being assassinated?
Well, nobody. Nobody stood for them. Yeah. Because right there, that was the last general that they killed there, Santos Morales.
And after that happened, how did life in your area change?
Oh, after that, man, it was... Then they started to move down, the people them from up the river. They want them that they have moved from away all up Bukai. They was sending, they stay right down here below San Carlos, all in this place. And still some of them down there. They couldn't go up again. But plenty of people, they put them back. They went up themselves. After they just leave the people, the river like that. They never help, they put them at the place again. They had to work how get up at the place. And, well, plenty of people went back. But right there when I came down and I was at San Carlos, I hear only that night that they was killing out Sandino people, soldiers them. And, well, and I had bring down my mama and my sister and all of them, I had them Bukai. I had them San Carlos. So I said, no, I better move because they want to kill me.
Yeah.
So I moved from San Carlos and I went to Honduras. I went to Honduras. I was Honduras 5 years at Honduras. With all of my people was at San Carlos. And we was there at San Carlos. My people, my mama, my sister, and all of them.
So the people that were fighting with Sandino, how many soldiers, how many followers did he have actually in his army?
Who was Sandino?
Sandino.
Well, that, yes, I can't remember about that.
But was there a strong popular support in the communities for what Sandino was doing?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he had to. So, well, Sandino says, we going to have fighting, he say, for the poor people. I'm not fighting for no rich people. I'm fighting for the poor people, them, for the mosquito, them, because most of them doing too much with the poor people, them. So I want to give them liberty. Yeah, and that's why I'm fighting, he say.
Was Sandino mosquito?
Sandino?
Yes.
No.
No, but he could speak mosquito?
No, he didn't know how to speak mosquito.
He didn't speak.
Only Spanish.
But the mosquito people liked him.
Ah, yes, man, they liked him. They liked him because he was fighting. They helped them. Yes, they helped them to put them in good position because there was, these Somoza people was marching them down, killing them. And, you see, all what used to produce at the coast, the Somoza them used to put the mine, rubber, to know, and all of those things, and nothing for the coast, nothing for the coast. Because he did said, he said, I not got nothing to do with the coast. I not got nothing to do with the coast. On his side yonder, yes, at the interior side, because he put good, we call him carreteras, them what Esteli and all of those places. But here at the coast, what he used to do, he was taking sweeping all the good was here in the coast out. And that's why there wasn't like Sandino. Yeah, because he wasn't helpful. What he used to do, he used to have them munch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So years later, when the young people began the Sandinista movement, in honor of Sandino, how did you feel about that movement?
Well, I'd be glad, man. I was happy.
You were happy to see Sandino's picture everywhere again?
Yes, I was glad because I see a man that was fighting for the poor people, for we will, the poor people. Like he had say yes. If I'm dead, he say, if they even kill me, but there's got to be a next man got to take charge of me, and that's the man got to win the cause. And it's all right. All right.
And when that began, you were living in 1980. You weren't in port. You were still up on the river. When the Sandinistas won the revolution in 1980.
Yes, I was up there.
You were up on the river.
Yes, I was at Monterey place.
So what was the first time that you heard the news that Somoza was out?
That time I was home. Yeah, I was home when I hear that.
You hear it on the radio?
Yes, I hear that. I say, well, all right. When they killed Sandino they killed him at, what do you call him? I don't remember. Some place he had went in a paseo, in a walk. Yeah, and then they killed the old man Somoza, the first, the dictator.
Right.
They killed him. Then afterwards, the son take charge. This Luis Somoza, he took charge, and he had been the president. But then the brother Tacho
Anastasio.
Yeah, he killed the brother to take charge. Take charge. And then when he took charge, then he start again with it. He said, no, all that. Only know the people, and he started all the richness of him, and like that. He not want to give the mosquito school. He say, if I give the mosquito in school, when they get big and all, they got to go against me. And that's why I'm not giving mosquito school. But who gives school here? The state from United States gives school to the mosquito them,
The United States?
Yes.
Put schools?
Yes.
Through the church? Or?
No, then he say, sure, he say, because the mosquito them, there's a nation. And so God, he helped them get ahead, this nation get big. So he started and he gave them school. And that's the way the mosquito them, well, they know something now. Yeah, they know. So they know everything, they read and write, and they got something in the head that could build up.
Well, during the period after the revolution, there was a lot of trouble on the Atlantic coast with the Sandinistas, the Mosquito people.
Yes, so the Mosquito people, they had revolution because somebody was saying that this was communist law. It was communist, and that's why the people them get charges, fagot, and the next man break was in here.
Brooklyn Rivera?
Yes, because they put up on that the Mosquito head, and they went against the Sandinista them. And when the Sandinista them were looking good for them, but what he was looking for, and this Brooklyn Rivera them were looking, it was for them. Now they don't even turn around and look at the own people them. They want for themselves. They don't want to help. And that's why right now, the white and the Mosquito them against Fagot and against Brooklyn, because they're not looking out for them, only for themselves.
Who is looking out for the Mosquito people now?
Right now.
Are there any leaders that you trust?
No, I don't say who's the leader of the Mosquito them here.
I don't know. I wonder.
Yes. So
you don't think you can't find one?
Yes. This thing, it's like this, man, all about it. So we not know what's going to happen now on this last election. We going to have next year.
Next year for the president?
Yes. So, but then this way call him Daniel Ortega. He say, if it like that, if we lose the election again, I'm moving in the bush again.
Daniel said that?
Yes. I'm moving in the bush again, and I'm going to win it like how I win it the first time, with bullet and blood. That what
you think Daniel Ortega speaks for the Mosquito people?
Oh yes, he for the Mosquito people, for the whole course, you know. Yes, and so we not know now the last election what going to happen. Yes, so.
Well, I hope there isn't more fighting.
Well, I hope that, because we have more fighting again. I don't know. It's going to be whole. Yeah, man, that's what Sandino had said.
Has life here in Puerto Cabezas changed a lot since you first came here?
Yeah, man. No, when Daniel was the president, man, he changed plenty. All of them streets down there, what you call him, Daniel, put that.
He put new streets?
Yes, the new street was bringing it all up in with cement. And he was working right, all of this, but right there, they start this one call him, he lose the election. The people that went against him, and so it's here right there. And this street here, he was to put it in cement too. But look at that. What this one call him do, this when he take president, this Somoza, he never do nothing here, man, in the coast. Nothing he do. Now when he here, that this what I call him was the win again, then he started move to this field, that field, cause the Sandinista them. They went, what call him was president, Daniel, that field, cause Daniel. They never do nothing here yet. Till now they're starting to win the people, to make the people them think that he's for them. That's why he's trying to do everything, but he did never do nothing, man. After that, after the war, this we call him win, all of them street there, all the way down yonder at the beach, the wharf there, that all that they had broke it down, you know. They had broke it down, and the Sandinista then built it up. Daniel sent and built it up again. Yeah.
And they say they're going to put an international airport in here soon.
That's what they say. But that, what do you call it?
You're not going to hold your breath?
That's what the most of them say. Now, what Cuba, After they win, they started build up house for the poor people them down
The
here.
Cubans built all those houses.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they had started doing. But after they lose the election, they run out all the Cubano then from here. They don't want no Cubano.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still right there.
Did you know some Cubanos when they were here?
Yeah, so I know them. Man.
You liked the Cubans?
Yes, they had liked me. They used to come here in my house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Cuba there. When they heard that I was a Sandinista, they used to come here at my place. Yeah, man. We had trouble here with the Somoza them, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We had trouble today. This one time after I came from Honduras, in 5 years, it was a, what do you call him, one commandant, what do you call him, San Carlos, Somocista.
Uh-huh.
And somebody had tell him, say that I was a Sandinista, that I had came from Honduras. And one time he went at my house looking for me. He never meet me. I was out. So the next time he went, and he went drunk, started drink. When he get drunk, he made they knock me down, but he couldn't. So
Too drunk?
It, yes. And so he went San Carlos, and he get 2 warriors, and he come for me, and I was sleeping already.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear he was hitting the door, and so one of the, he say, "Come out," he say.
Mm-hmm.
I hear him say, "Come out here." So, but I was standing, I went out the door, and I was standing right by the door, just watching. The warrior had me hand up with the gun at me. He say, "This is the fella," he said, the boss say, "This is the fella that we want to kill," he said. So I was, and I had one of the soldiers them like that. He was named Gonzales.
Mm-hmm.
Soldier.
Somoza soldier?
Yeah, Gonzales he had named. And I was standing, but I was fixing myself. When I make the jump, they catch the gun that I was in there. And when I see that I was, I made a jump and I grabbed the gun by the butt and by the cabin. When I get the item, he make the shot went out, man.
Oh.
Burned me.
That's what happened to your eye?
That's what happened to me. All it is was black. Yeah, the powder. Little more she would have it.
Whoa.
Wow. Yes, sir. And right there, I had the gun, and he couldn't turn it to me to put the next ball in me. He wasn't had the strength, but he was a little boy. And so he started shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Because that infield was carried 6 bullets. And when I find out the 6 bullets them was out, so the sergeant say, "What you doing yet?" He say, "Put it good on him and knock him down." I think they say, "Yeah, don't want to knock me down." so right there.
Were you bleeding, blood and everything?
Yes, it was burning me because the bullet never had retreated, but it was just like fire, man. Hot. And right there, I leave the butt from the gun, and that time I was good out of my hand. And I give him a lick, man, take Gonzales and knock him down. And right there, the sergeant say, it was the next warrior was standing like that. Pablo Rivera, he was named. But he was in my favor, you know. Yeah, Pablo Rivera was at my favor. And he say, "What you doing?" He say, "Yet. Pass me that gun." He say, "Me, yes." He say, "I want to knock him down right now." He say, and he was trying to get the gun from the other warrior. And the warrior was standing so. And the warrior was keeping back, and he was. So I turned around, look. I said, "No, if he get the gun, yes, he want to shoot." And put on him and knock him down.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's a close call. You're a lucky man. You're still here.
Yeah. And knock him down, and I just went turning on myself, turning, and I went down a little creek.
Yeah.
In a creek. Then when I get at the creek, I went creek down, and so he just put his help on. He said, "All right." He honors a worthless thing. He said, "Let him went." He say,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was standing just like that, walking through the bush.
So you had to hide for a while?
Yes. If I had gone there, I would have knocked him down.
Wow.
Well, right there. Then they went up in the village there, and my people, and they started shoot, man.
They're looking for you?
Yeah, at my people. They said that all the weeds was Sandinista, and there was the Donner's out. And they started shoot there and shoot there. And all of my mama and my sister and brother-in-law and all of them take a bush. But it was one of my nephew wife was in the house. He was drunk. He was sleeping, and they find him just sleeping, man, and they catch him. He had to come down at Bill was Karma, the doctor. Man, the guardia, Somosita guardia, there was, man, they were on it, man. So, that was. The next day, I stayed at the house. I said, make the come. And I was there in the house, only me and one brother-in-law.
Up in the river?
Yes, up in the river. At my place at the Naranjal. No, Florida.
Florida.
Florida. There we was. I was, my mama and all of them, my sister and all them.
Yeah.
And we was there. And he said, well, I say, what I could do. And my family was up Asang, up the river.
Way up the river.
Yes, way up the river. When I went up from down here from the river, I wasn't there when they moved my wife from the house there. When I went, my wife wasn't in the house. She was up there at the sister up Asang. So I was there that night waiting. So I see one warrior was going. I see him was going. So when he get there, it was what I call him, the Pablo Rivera. It was my friend.
Your friend?
Yeah, my friend. Yes, he went with a bottle of liquor. So with your friend, we started taking a little drink there, without danger.
That's good.
Yeah. So I came down, all of my family that same night, they had come down San Esquipula, a river down, through bush, and my mama and all of them. So I say, well, tomorrow, I'm going up Asang looking for my wife. I say, I come down the river, and I will see them, and I will come and find them at the house. So I come down that night, and I meet my mama and my sister and brother-in-law and all of them there.
They're all okay?
Yes, so they was there. So I tell my mama, I say, well, tomorrow, I say, I'm going up Asang looking for my wife and my children. All right, I say. So I went up. And I couldn't come down San Carlos, being that sergeant was there. I couldn't come. I was there. Till when the Senate changed him and the next commandant went, then I come down. I come and I put the complaint. He say, all right. He say, well, good. He say, now he say, he's nothing. He say, that sergeant, he say, he's crazy. He say, he's crazy. So you could come down and take charge of your people and start the work. And that day I went up Asang and I bring down my family and stay at the Florida.
Wow, great. There's so many stories like that. Did you know a musician in town, Milton O'Meara? They called him Tiger.
Fagot?
He was a musician in Puerto Cabezas that I met, and his name, they used to call him Tiger. He played guitar and banjo. His name was Milton O'Meara. He was, everyone called him Tiger. He was a musician in town, but he told me a long story about how he got his name, Tiger, because of similar story. He got did some fighting with some Somosistas, and he had to come over the mountains by foot for many days, and he got the nickname Tiger.
Tiger.
But maybe you don't know him.
No, I don't know him. Yeah, man, I heard about the Sandino War. I still got a man seat, right?
And that's from, what's that from?
In Sandino War.
Wow. Still got those. Did you, when you were young in your family, what language did your family speak?
For me, I used to speak Spanish and English. Yeah, and mosquito.
What did your family speak all three? When you were a little young man?
No, when I was small.
Your mama, your papa,
no,
what did they speak?
My mama and my papa used to speak Spanish. My mama used to speak Spanish to my papa, and my papa used to speak English to my mama.
This is such a, it's so interesting here.
Yes. So, all right, and now when we get what I was wanting to learn, it was to speak mosquito. Because when I was a kid, I couldn't speak mosquito. Because they had a place that we know it was between mosquito, you see. And so when I take this woman, I say, all right, I say, I could speak to her and learn her English or Spanish. Well, Spanish you understand, all right. But I want to learn mosquito. So that's the way I learned mosquito. Yeah, man. And so she used to tell me, but you don't speak to me, what you call him, in English or Spanish. I say, I want to learn mosquito too, I say. So that's why I learned mosquito, man.
Wow. Easy language to learn?
Yes.
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to learn, do you think?
The mosquito?
Yeah.
Well, it had taken me long when I learned to speak mosquito, because my papa used to keep plenty mosquito boy working with him, and that's the way I used to be. Tell, well, take this. I never take long to learn the mosquito.
Your papa did he have a farm?
Yes, he had a farm.
And so he had people help him with the farm?
Yes, he used to work with a big fella, the Webster, Alfred Webster. He was a Jamaica. Yeah, he was a Jamaica, and he used to work. And he had about more than 70, 80 pigs.
Whoa.
Yeah, we used to have big 7 manzana, no, hectare.
Hectare.
Or banana.
Banana?
Yeah, to feed the pigs. He had a big pig. So that's the way he used to maintain us. He used to sell pigs. He used to kill pigs and sell lard and cocoa, potato, and all of that.
He'd bring it down to the city to sell?
Yes, he used to
down
come there.
To port, to Bilwi?
No, up yonder he used to sell it right up Bukai.
Oh, Bukai.
Yes, Bukai. This Alfredo Webster used to buy it. And that's the way he raised us. My papa worked hard till he was, and he used to work gold too. Yeah. I know plenty of my papa gold mine them up there.
Gold mine?
Yes, gold mine.
Hard work.
Yes. And that's the way he raised us up. Yeah, my history. My papa, he did born at Rotan, Rotan, Honduras.
Oh, over the river?
Yes, over the river. But then he grew up in Belize. My grandfather belonged to Belize. But then my grandfather had come and stayed a couple of times at Rotan, and he married a woman from Rotan. My papa born at Rotan.
Wow. People move around a lot.
Yes.
Can you think of any other questions, Nat?
No, been just fascinating listening to you two.
Amazing stories. They're really great.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm glad you speak English because
yes,
it would be a hard.
yeah. And I don't speak the English good because first time when I was Honduras, man, I used to speak the English just like American. Yeah, but many times I've never been with English, with my people, only mosquito and Spanish. Spanish. That's why I make big mistake in my language. Yeah.
I don't hear many mistakes.
I don't hear any
I understand you
myself.
completely,
yes,
and your memory is so
yes,
good too.
yeah.
How many people you live with here?
Right here?
Yeah.
Only me and my wife here.
You and your wife live
Yeah.
here? Would I be able to make a photograph, a portrait of you and your wife?
Yeah, sure, good.
But these are all your grandchildren. That
Yeah, all of
lined
these,
up here, right?
all of these here is my grandchildren. Yeah.
Maybe we could make a big portrait with you with all your grandchildren.
Yeah, good.
I like to make portraits when I'm here, and then I will send you the picture.
Yeah, so from when you get there.
I send it back, but I would love to do that.
All right. Anytime on the road.
Well, can we do it right this afternoon?
Yes, I could do it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, all right, son. Thank you very much. That I remember about Sandino, my old boss.
Your old boss, Sandino.
Yeah, and you know, Sandino, they kill him like a child, man. Kill him like a child. What they do, when they kill him, they cut his head off.
Oh, no.
Cut
That
his,
right?
Yeah, cut his head off. And that Sandino headed the States, you know.
I didn't know his head was in the States, no.
I not know that.
They took his head away?
Yes, they moved.
I didn't know that.
He said Sandino head in the way. And after this, what you call him, the Sandinista them win, Daniel Ortega win, they're begging them to send that they want Sandino head at Nicaragua back. But they know, they're not on.
I never heard that before.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do with Sandino. They cut his head off and they ship the head off.
So, were you there when they killed him, or were you back here when they killed Sandino? Were you there?
Oh, no, I was way up there, my place.
He heard about it up on his farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were were you one of his bodyguards or something? Is that what your job was? Dan, maybe you can.
Nat's asking when you were during Sandino's time if you were actually close to Sandino, if you were a bodyguard. He wonders.
Yes, I was right with Sandino. I was a Sandino guard.
A guard.
Yeah, I was Sandino
So you
guard.
protect him.
Yes. Well, I was his guard. He used to. This was his house, and I used to guard him right at the door.
Security.
Yes, that was this little boy, now a little boy.
The little boy. This little boy.
Yes. Oh, Sandino didn't like me, man.
He didn't like you?
He was like me.
Oh, he's just like you.
Oh, yes, he was like me, man. They tell me. Yeah, and that's why I never forget Sandino till dead. Because he was like me, man.
Must have been really sad.
Yeah. That had hurt me when I hear that they killed Sandino. I was glad when this one called Daniel Ortega was president.
They bring him back.
Yes.
They killed a man, but he came back bigger.
And they used to help me, man. Ooh, when Daniel Ortega was president, my house, the man used to be the pack up with beans, rice, lard, and canned and all. My shoes. Sometimes I used to sell them. Whatever
They give you too many shoes, so you could sell a few?
Yes, and I used to buy them on the next things that I need. Yeah, man. If Daniel was president yet, man, today I would have been a big man. Yeah, I wouldn't been in this condition, man, without house. Yeah, but it is. I know, but here in this house, man, too hot, heat in there, and the smoke. Oh, man, not custom of that, man. I was feeling to build a little house here, not to be in there, but this, no help. Yes.
So maybe I'll set up, and maybe we could do a portrait of you. I do one of you, your wife, and maybe the grandchildren if they want to be in a picture.
All right.
Let me look for a.
By acknowledging my fellow travelers from Burlington who came to build